Thank you, Mr. President. I rise also to address some of the issues of last week. It was said from this well numerous times in the debate last week, and again today, the suggestion is made that the only people that can have an opinion on this issue are people of a particular sex, and that is wrong. If people came to this well debating any issue and tried to say that because of your race or because of your sex that your opinion doesn't matter or it doesn't matter as much, people in this chamber and people outside of this chamber would be outraged, and that is wrong. This should not be a partisan issue. You know, I have a quote that I would like to share with you about this issue. Here's the quote. "It is important to respect religious doctrine. That's an incredibly important religious liberty principle, and so you need to have a religious employer exemption that is broad." Now, who said that? Was it some right-wing culture warrior? No. It was the former governor of Virginia, Tim Kaine, President Obama's chairman of the Democratic National Committee. There is a widespread bipartisan consensus, and there should be, because what the debate on Senate Bill 460 was really about was religious liberty. That is the question here. There's not a war on women being waged in this country. There's a war on people of faith. There's a war on people who want to simply hold to the simple tenets of their religion. And this war is being waged from Washington, D.C. by this current administration that came out with this rule that is going to force private institutions, private employers to spend private dollars on medical services that they find morally reprehensible. That's not what America should be about. That's not what Georgia should be about. And you know, there was some discussion about the fact that this mandate's been on the books for a long time. Why hasn't there been a complaint in all the time that has gone by? And the answer is that until this administration stepped into the fray in September of last year and said, we're going to force you, we don't care what your religious beliefs say, we're going to make you do it. If we had a bill before this body that said we're going to change school nutrition rules in Georgia, and it doesn't matter if you're a public school or a private school or a religious school, we're going to make those students eat things that violate the dietary laws of their religion. Everyone in this chamber, I would hope, would be outraged because it violates that plain and simple rule enshrined in the First Amendment, that we're not going to make a law prohibiting the free exercise of religion. And I would hope that that is not a partisan issue. I would hope that's not a controversial issue. I'm saddened that it has been. I do thank the fact that there were members of this body from both parties that saw fit to support Senate Bill 460 and that it received a 2/3 majority vote in this body. Because again, this is not a question of anything but whether private religious employers can have their beliefs respected and protected as they are under the Constitution of the United States. Thank you, Mr. President. I yield the will.
You yielded the well.